What's going on, everyone? My name is kentalk, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's greatly appreciated if you're someone who has subscribed to this channel. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel if you enjoy some of the content and videos that I've made so far. And the reason why I wanted to make this particular video is because earlier this morning when I was at work, you know how you have some wisdom just dropped into your brain. It's like a revelation or whatever you want to call it. So earlier I was at work, and it was, early in the morning, like 6:15 in the morning, something like that. And, we're on this huddle call. And, this is where, I'm pretty sure most of you can relate. This is where the managers begin to talk about this and that. A bunch of shit you probably don't give a fuck about, right? Like, I don't want to hear all this shit. I just want to get my day over with and go home. But anyway, I found myself, about to say, like, man, I really hate this job. And I've made content saying things like that, especially, some of my older videos where I say, I really hate this job. And I was about to say that, but it's like something just stopped as I was about to speak the words. And it just pressed upon my mind, upon my brain. I started thinking, I said, man, I need to stop saying that I hate my job, because just the other day I wrote down in my journal that I am a full-time content creator. That is my job. My job is I am a full-time content creator. What I do 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. Yeah, that's a means to an end. That's a way to make some money, but that's not really my job. That's not my career. And, I'm going to make another video because I'm trying to explain this the best way I can, so bear with me. But essentially, one thing I've learned is that our subconscious mind is essentially responsible for most of 90 to 95% of our behavior. And that our subconscious mind believes anything that we tell it. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. If we believe it, and if we're feeding our minds words of affirmation, whether they're negative or positive, subconsciously we believe it. For example, you might say, I want to get rich, I want to make a bunch of money, but subconsciously you don't really believe that. So you self-sabotage, or you don't actually go for, or you don't even feel like you're worthy of the success that you're praying for or asking for. Let's say a relationship. Let's say, man, I want to be with someone, I want to find someone to love and be with. But subconsciously, you don't really believe you're even capable of maintaining a healthy relationship. Subconsciously, you don't believe it's actually going to happen. So because of that, you walk around saying words of affirmation, but they're killing you. And trust me, I understand. There's death and life in the power of the tongue. I understand. So I started to think, let me stop saying I hate my job. And let me start saying I love my job. Because I love making content. But the problem is I don't treat it as more of a priority than my 9-to-5 job. That's just something I do. Okay, I go to work 40 hours a week. I'm a full-time content creator every day of the week, every second of the day, because life itself is content. So it's always something to talk about. It's always a new video to make. It's always something to talk about. It's always, it's just the idea of, sitting down and learning how to make better videos and get into digital art. That excites me. That makes me happy. So why am I not treating this like it's actually my job, like it's my career? And by saying that I love my job, I'll start to practice more gratitude. So instead of sitting around in a bad mood at this 9-to-5, dreading every day, I don't feel like going to work, yada, yada, I'm changing my verbiage. And I'm changing the way I speak about my life. Regardless of what I see, I do my best to transcend the 3D. I think that's the only way we're going to get free, but you have to be careful whatever you choose to believe, because every belief sometimes can be a lie. Spell believe, B-E capital L-I-E lowercase V-E, you see? My bad. I've been trying this thing where I'm trying to say the first thing that comes to my mind, and sometimes it comes out in the form of a rhyme. But I'm going to save that for another time. Anyway, I hope that someone out there understands what I'm saying, man. That ultimately we have to change how we speak about our lives, man. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're someone who's a writer, Or let's say you have this idea that, man, one day I want to be a full-time writer, a full-time blogger. Maybe you want to write about basketball. Maybe you want to write about short stories or books. Whatever your goal is, right? And, you know, you walk around saying, man, one day I'm gonna do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm starting to think that because we do that, we always put our happiness off into the future. We always put our joy and excitement off into the future. Oh, I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be excited when that happens. I'll be grateful for when that happens. What if I learn to be grateful now and say, not only do I love my job, I practice gratitude, but I'm also putting in necessary work to bring this idea, this vision into fruition. And that's not going to happen if I sit around complaining and bitching, doing the same thing every day, every year, living in a constant state of fear. You know? It's time for us to change the way we talk about our lives, man. Trust me. I'm 32 years old and I've verbally cut myself down. You have no idea. And it's gotten me nowhere. So what if we begin to change our words, to change the way we talk about our lives? You're a full-time writer now. So you know what? Adopt the habits of full-time writers. What does Stephen King say he do? I think he said he writes 5 pages a day or something like that. It's just a discipline. It's something he's doing now. I think that's the whole law of attraction thing. Where essentially we're taking on the identity of the person that we see in our minds. You see a person inside your mind who's healthy, in shape, who's having a growing business, successful entrepreneur. Maybe you're just someone who just, whatever your dream is, whatever it is that you want to do in this life, you see it, it's in your mind. You can imagine it, you can see it, you can hold it inside of your mind. But a lot of us subconsciously don't even believe we're worthy of the success we want. And when I say success, I'm not talking about monetary gain, I'm not even talking about money. I'm talking about you just being excited to wake up every morning because you look forward to whatever it is you do with your life. Maybe some of you want to start a YouTube channel, start it. You want to start a blog, start it. What's stopping you? You have a book idea, start it. You have a business idea, start it. It's something you want to learn, why not? And get to a point where you start to say, man, I love my job. You might go to this 9-to-5 that you can't stand, but you understand that this is a means to an end. One day, or it could be tomorrow, it could be anytime. You might wake up and have 10,000 subscribers. Who knows, by the end of this year, I may have 30,000 subscribers. I didn't think I'd be at 1,000. I'm at 1,042. What if I get 29,000 more subscribers by the time December rolls around? Who knows? You never know. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man. I really hope, I'm going to remake this video because, it's something that I want to be concise. I just had to get it out, and maybe I said something that can, make you consider, or maybe you have a better way of explaining what I'm trying to say. It's really more about the law of attraction and things like that. And, it's something I think we all should tap into, man. Just saying, man, I love my job. Just speaking life into your life. That's all I'm really saying. Let's begin to speak life into our lives and believe and start to have faith for the unseen, the things that we can't see physically. Because physically, you might be in poverty. Physically, you might be in the hood. Physically, you might be working 2 jobs that you can't stand. But you have something now in your mind that says, man, but it's something more to this life. I was born to do more than just work a 9-to-5. You see how I just instantly decided to bust a rap? I could be inside busting a nut to a big booty slut who likes to suck and fuck. Oh, my bad. Sometimes I say fuck. I have a fucking problem with saying fuck. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It's just a freestyle. I hope you enjoyed this talk. My name is Kentalk. I'm just sharing my art. My name is Kentalk. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Peace.